What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Talk That Sport. It's Jordan Jones, and the empty seat across from me is CJ Jones.
I thought I was gonna make it back before.
Y'all, I'm gonna bring y'all into what I have to deal with every time before the show starts. Y'all know, so let's kick off nonsense talking about the crap CJ puts me through. Okay, so me and CJ were on the phone for about 30 minutes doing show prep and everything.
Why he calls me for 30 minutes before the show for show prep?
Okay, so CJ.
I thought you just called. Okay, first of all, let me know. I'm gonna tell the story. You do a bad job telling stories. I tell the better stories. So let me tell you about this. Jordan calls me 30 minutes for show prep. He actually called me an hour before, but I was on the phone with our other brother. So when Jordan calls me, right, to show prep, what's today? What's today's date? What's today?
Today is Wednesday.
When do we record our show?
Okay, who's in charge of our show prep?
Well, me, duh. But
okay,
I thought
so we should be calling
when's the last time we talked on the phone?
I don't think we've talked on the phone this week.
This week, I know, right? So I'm thinking like Jordan's like, oh, let me call him Tuesday. Let's see how he's doing. You check on your brother. I always make the phone call to you. You never make the phone call to me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna call me. I thought you've been busy. You know.
I have.
So I was like, all right, cool. So Jordan calls me an hour before the show. I was on the phone with Christian, so I just I'm not gonna pick up the phone call, but I'll call him later. So I called Jordan 30 minutes for the show. I'm enjoying my nice game of 2K where I can squeeze in right before the show, which I want to do. If you're looking on my back TV, I'm on pause because I was in the middle of the third quarter. Great run. Thank you, Aaron. December 9th, Wednesday. Fucking Wednesday, Jordan. I'm trying not to cuss so much on the podcast and already dropped an F-bomb. But
yeah, I work with kids. And I've been trying to get CJ to lay off the cuss words for like the longest time.
I tried. I've been so good. I've been so good lately.
This is how bad his language is.
Aaron, can we get a beep on this episode for that F-bomb I just dropped? Can we get a beep? So yeah, me and Jordan on the phone 30 minutes. And it was an argument. It was like legit yelling at each other. I'm outside on the phone talking to Jordan. I'm yelling at him through the phone. He's yelling at me through the phone. He's telling me to shut up and listen to this point. So today's already gonna be a fun show, I feel like.
Yeah, it's gonna get heated. We got some. Okay, so y'all who know me, I am a super huge Dak Prescott fan.
Why are you gonna ruin the topic already?
We got to talk about it at some point. So we're gonna talk a little Dak at some point today. And so one of the things I said that I was gonna do, by the way, I think CJ knows about this, but if the Dallas Cowboys screw up this Dak Prescott contract and he leaves, I'm not going to be a Cowboys fan anymore.
So you're not going to do the LeBron thing. You're not going to do follow LeBron wherever he goes. Like I'm a LeBron stan, right? But I'm a Mavericks fan. So typically I root for LeBron wherever he goes.
No, I
am a Mavericks fan. If LeBron is playing the Mavericks like he did in 2011,
I will be done with the Cowboys organization.
So are you going to root for every team? Are you going to root for a team that employs Dak?
Yeah, I'm going where Dak goes.
So if Dak becomes the Eagle, I'm just throwing a random team out there. If Dak becomes an Eagles fan, you, my friend, will be an Eagles fan.
So the good thing is the Eagles have no chance in signing Dak.
But no. Answer the question. Answer the question though.
So
miracles happen. We never know.
That is true. Sadly, if Dak Prescott becomes a Eagles fan, Eagles quarterback, I will be an Eagles fan.
So follow-up question. Will this fandom, which will mean this will be the fandom of my nieces and nephews.
Yep.
Right? Will this fandom continue once Dak has left the team?
I'm not sure yet.
Cowboys.
I'm not sure yet. So I haven't been a Cowboys fan my entire life. So
you were a Rams fan.
I was a Rams fan, and I've always been a semi-Patriots fan. So because of a huge fan of Tom Brady. So and the Cowboys have been atrocious my entire life. So I don't
atrocious.
Yeah, atrocious. We've had 3 or 4 good seasons.
I wasn't a football fan growing up, so I think I'm a Cowboys fan. I am the truest of a true Cowboys fan. I tell people this all the time. My first year as a Cowboys fan was 2001. All right, I was choosing between the Raiders because I love those. I love the helmets. I love the black uniforms. I was like, okay, I'm gonna choose the Raiders or the Cowboys. I'm a hometown homer. All right, so I was like, all right, I see the Cowboys team right down the street from my house. The Cowboys are a good team. I'm rooting for the Cowboys. I had to go. My first 3 years of Cowboys fans were 3, 5, and 11 teams. Right?
Yeah.
F you. See, I didn't say the F word this time. F you, Dave Campo. All right. No, is it Dave Campo? Yeah, Dan Campo, Chan Gailey, all you sons of guns. I hated you.
Yep.
So I'm a truest fan. All right. So I picked the team on the bottom. You know what the Raiders did the first year? That was supposed to root for the Raiders. I was going to root for the Raiders. They went to the effing Super Bowl.
Yep.
All right. Now, granted, I feel like I won the other end of this trade because, like, while we did not go to the Super Bowl, the Raiders did not win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they also have been hot garbage since then. At least the Cowboys have moments. I've had moments. So it's I don't know. I'm at a point with the Cowboys where I'm just gonna probably be a Cowboys fan the rest of my life. It'd take a lot. It would take Jerry Jones come out saying he hates like somebody. It would take somebody in the organization come out and say something very vulgar for me to like root against this team.
Yeah, I feel you.
Now I do have favorites in the league. Like I am a Russ guy. I'm a Russ stan.
Me too.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I root for all black quarterbacks. All right, you can say I'm racist of me or whatever. I mean, look, I root for everybody black. All right. So, like Jalen Hurts this week, I'm rooting for you. Like, first of all, we both can't win the division this year, so
I just like Jalen Hurts in general, and it's funny because now the Eagles' starting tight end and starting quarterback grew up Cowboys fans. Isn't that just great? Isn't that just great?
One was named after the goddamn team. Yep. Dallas Goedert was named after the Dallas Cowboys. All right.
Yeah.
And now he's just a dick. All right. Yeah. I hate Dallas Goedert.
I don't know to speak on that. But okay, so back to the whole thing. So yeah, so me and CJ got into a heated conversation early on about some NFL quarterbacks that we'll hop into later. But CJ, you were at a cheer competition this week. How was that?
Why are you bringing up my personal business? I don't need people to know where I'm at.
We talk about our personal life.
All right. Well, okay, Jordan. In that case, can you just do me a favor and throw up the women ball 2 banner for me? You're just ruining my fucking subject.
Well, how
right? I mean, dang it again, Aaron. Another F-bomb beat for me, please. All right, just Jordan, hurry up. I mean, if you did it, all right, cool. All right, guys. Like Jordan said, this week I was at a cheer competition, and the women ball 2 segment is a very near and dear one to me. All right. Our woman that I want to recognize this week is Aquanda Jones. For those who don't know what Aquanda Jones is, that is my wife, who is also in her second year as bringing up the program in her school. She teaches that. She not teaches that. She coaches that. And they went to their first cheer competition. This was the first year they're competing. They finished 5th out of 12 teams, which is hella great. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for my wife. She brought 3 girls to the competition. 3. The next closest team was 8. So we had 8. We won the state. All right. I'm telling you right now. They did really well. It was a very fun experience. I really enjoyed it. I'm so proud of the girls. We had one girl finish first team all state. Another one finished second team all state. And another one finished honorable mention all state. So they did their damn thing. I was so proud of my wife. So I'm dedicating this whole women ball 2 segment to my lovely other half, our cheer champion, our cheer loyal. She's gonna on the wall over here where the space is right there. We'll have the banner hanging from the exemplary superior performance from her team. We'll have her picture post right there. I am rocking the TAP state championship shirt for my wife, right? So I support my wife in everything she do. We love Muffin. Oh, she called her Muffin. I love that. So my wife Muffin, she did a hell of a job. The parents were excited. We can't wait till next season to see where they're gonna go because it starts now. Like it literally, like the drive home was 2 hours of. I was watching a football game on my phone, and she's like, "So we get the results. We don't get the results as we're there at the game at the competition. We get the final results. We left. So we're we're on the road on the highway, and Muffin just starts slamming the steering wheel." We got 5th. Had to pull off the road, go through all these things, go to a Buc-ee's, and we look at everything. And so we finished 5th. And I think she only had a half year to prepare for this team because this team was not put together until August. Mm-hmm. That's when the competition year was like agreed to come on. So it was like this year at August was a year she put the team together. So they had been training for about 5 months, and they've been doing their things every Saturday morning. So I don't get to cuddle with my wife on Saturday mornings. She gets to get up bright and early and go to the field. She's gone for a couple hours. They train. So I want to see what this team's going to be like a whole year. for next competition. And now this teams are bad. The teams they were going against them. Look, the state champion was New Vaughansville Christian Academy, MBCA. Yeah, New Vaughansville Christian Academy. They were good. They were really good. But I was at like 50 people. They were sharp. We watched them. We were like, oh my gosh, this is intense. But Jordan, things that you don't know about me and Jordan. Me and Jordan went to private schools growing up. Me, Jordan, and Christian, my other brother, went to Metro Christian Academy. They learned to Metro Charter Academy. But some of our rivals, ma'ams. Oh yeah, Metro Academy of Math and Science. I forgot
last year.
I didn't go there that year.
Yeah,
I was already in high school. Year there. So the fun part in this whole competition was some of the teams that we competed against growing up were there. And you know what they finished? Not higher than our school, so it don't matter. So Pantego Christian, you lost. Temple Christian, I'm sorry, but you lost. Fort Worth Christian, I'm sorry, but you lost. All right. These other schools, I don't know. Okay, one school did finish above us. I don't think you played against Country Day Academy, CDA. I did. That was my final year. That was my 8th grade year. We moved up to them. Grace Preparatory was there. So it was
prep. We played like Harvest Christian.
Harvest Christian what? No, Harvest Christian was not this one. I would take my shirt off right now and read the schools there on the back of my shirt.
It was like there was one Saint Episcopal
St. Albany's. You think on
St. Albany's? I remember. So I had a little bit of a rival in elementary school.
So was your rival St. Albany's or was it Pantego?
So it was St. Albany because of Keon Campbell.
Keon Campbell.
So me and Keon went to school together for about 6 years. And then maybe it wasn't. It was about 6 years. And then like going into like 5th or 6th grade, one of the two, he went to St. Albany's to go play basketball there. And me and him, like, we kind of led the team and everything and all this stuff. So he went over there and he was doing his thing. And then I went to our school. So we were in the playoffs and we played against him. Shut him down. It was great. Because Keon was like kind of like I don't know why everybody like loved this kid because he was like super short.
Are you calling out Keon Campbell right now? So one-on-one. Do we need to?
Okay, I am 27 and out of shape.
Keon's 27. You got the height on Keon. Right now.
Yeah, he probably
but Keon still look yoked though. Keon looks like he's still getting the court and cross you up.
Yeah, he probably can.
He still take you to the track and run you out. I run you. Don't.
Yeah,
I don't mess with the Campbells.
But back when
all fast to me, look, mama probably could still beat me in a race.
But
I am still cool when not.
But back when we were in school together,
the 6th grade glory days.
Even in high school, I wanted to play against him. I didn't.
Where do you go in high school?
In junior high, he went to Summit.
I can remember him.
But like, I want to say like we played him in high school. I don't know if he went to Owsley or not. If he went to Owsley, then I tore them up.
They definitely played. They because by the time you got there, we were playing Summit in our division.
Yeah, because I dropped like 30 on Owsley in junior high, and that was like That's one of the schools that feeds into Summit. I don't know, but fun little tidbit.
I can still hear the. So, but Jordan's hate for St. Albans, it's Albany, St. Albans, St. whatever.
I don't know whatever it's called.
Was because I grew up with the rival Pantego. So growing up, MCA and Pantego were the only 2 private schools in Arlington that were in the same division. So, St. Albans was there, but they really didn't count. They were really not our competition. It always came down for the first like 8 years of our high school. Our junior high school lives was like Pantego Christian and Metro. Now, only thing about Metro, we won like 6 straight titles at one point in time. And I flunked out my 7th grade year. I was not good about my grades in basketball season that year, so I was not able. I was the scorekeeper at the game that year. I could not play. I was actually, I was ready for a good year that year. 8th grade year, I come back. My grades are good. My jump shot feeling nice. I had a good first start of the season, except I missed all my free throws and cost us the game. Does not matter. So my 8th grade year, in this midst of 6 championships, I am ready to ascend for the 7th championship. We get our butts beat every game. That's the year we moved to Harvest Christian, Grace Preparatory, Bethesda. I know we won 2 games that year. And it was not. probably the worst team in school history, and that is my claim to fame at Metro. But it was happy for me to see all those different schools. Pantego and them compete. Every time I see Pantego, I cringe a little bit inside. I really don't like that school. It made
Throwbacks.
It's throwbacks. So that was good. What did you do this weekend? Since you haven't thought to call your brother or nothing, I could be dead somewhere.
Man, honestly, so everybody got a new job. Staying here.
It's official. We can talk about it now.
Yeah, it's official. Right, cool. Signed the offer letter and everything yesterday. It was actually we were going back and forth. Honestly, if I've been like super stressed out the past couple months. So I finished my master's back in October, and pretty much since I finished my master's, I've been in like a slew of interviews with only 2 schools. Like this wasn't like, a bunch of schools competing. Like it was 2. And so I'm going to get the job of both of them. I decided to stay here. It was a better position long-term, and I'm already here and already don't have to worry about it. And I can start my doctorate and all that stuff, roll right into it. So I'm starting that in January. So honestly, because I'm starting pretty much a new program here, I've been working on that this weekend. My first day is actually next week, so I'm rolling right into that next Wednesday, actually. So we're doing the show, but I'm also moving out of my office into my new one on Wednesday. So hopefully we are here at 6.
Yeah, me and my wife were a little disappointed because we went to go see Jordan a couple weeks ago. Well, I went. My wife she had a cheer competition thing to do, prep, and we went to go see Jordan, and we're all the whole day and a half I was there. We're talking about, oh yeah, you're gonna be back here home. We're close to us. We're gonna have brunch. We already start. Me and Lexi already started planning. We got brunch on Sundays. Me and Jordan's like, okay, we can, because like the way my office is set up is perfect for like a dual podcast. Because like all I do is put 2 bounce mics right here on the side, and we can do the show from the couch. We just set the camera up on the other side. So it's been really cool. So I'm like, oh, we can record here. We can record at your house. And then Jordan takes his job, and he's not moving back. And it doesn't look like anytime soon. So like our kids will at least definitely travel auntie uncles for at least a couple years.
Good thing is we come to Dallas all the time, so it's not like.
But you come to Dallas, but you're on the other side of town.
Yeah. Okay. In my defense, CJ complains about me never been there. But in my defense, in the past year that I've been coming back and forth to Dallas, which I come at almost once a month, CJ has been in town once. The entire
When do you tell me you're coming in town?
All the time.
Like what's the day? Like, Jordan comes in town on Saturday, tells me Friday night.
Okay, so
oh yeah, I'm coming to town this week. I'm like, I've made plans. Or like he texted me like Saturday morning of the week of Thanksgiving when I'm building stuff. He knows I have a build schedule. And if he had told me like on Thursday, like, oh yeah, we're gonna be in town Friday morning, let's do something Saturday morning, I would have built my stuff that needed to be built on Friday.
No, you're always out of town. My dog has an attitude right now. Y'all hear that? He's been under my desk, and I've been petting him, and now he has an attitude because I stopped petting him. Hey, cut it out.
Hey, get your dog child under control. Lord Jesus, Jordan, we're 20 minutes in.
Okay, let's talk some
sports. 20 minutes in. All right, first of all, what are you drinking today?
Vodka cranberry.
What vodka are you drinking?
Tito's.
All right, I'm drinking a screwdriver.
Hey, cheers. Is it that one you were talking about?
Oh yeah, it's not for my non-paid ad. Just hopefully get me paid eventually, guys. I am drinking Wolf Creek Noble Wolf Vodka.
Okay.
Noble Wolf Vodka. All right, it is gluten free. It's made with actual grapefruits. I know. I learned this all at the liquor store the other day. It's a black-owned company from a guy who played at the University of Texas. Hook 'em horns all the time. One of the things I want to try out. So for my play sister's birthday this weekend, I went and bought a bottle, and I've literally been sipping on this so much the last couple. Like, you see the bottle?
Yeah,
it's got some damage done to it. I should have got the bigger bottle. It's a couple drinks. There's a couple drinks in it. I'm trying to not be good. I'm still going my Gentleman Jack. Troy, look at the Gentleman Jack.
See, I gave you that like a month ago.
I don't drink every day. I'm not
alcoholic. Actually, I gave that to you 2 months ago. I gave you that in October.
Jordan, where's that bottle I get you for your birthday?
It's pretty much gone. I have.
You have a problem. You drink too much.
I don't drink. I drink. It's only 8 shots in there.
I've been drinking. That's not 8 shots in it.
Yes, it's 8 shots.
Jordan, who's a bartender?
Okay, 16 shots. Even still. It's about 60. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's talk some sports. All right. So which one to talk about first?
I don't know. You're running the show. It doesn't matter. Do you want to continue our argument right now?
Okay.
Or do you want to end it on an argument? The argument may take the whole show. So I'm gonna go breeze by the points.
Let's just one because I want to talk a little bit. So we're going to talk about player empowerment versus ownership control. That's pretty much the premise.
See, this is where the argument between me and Jordan started. Okay, so the original, I will set the preface for people because they don't know what happened.
No, I'm going to preface it because you're still. No, the issue is CJ was missing my point. He was missing my point.
George, let me do it.
No, I'm setting the scene.
So originally, me and Jordan,
I got this.
No, originally, me and Jordan,
here we go.
About Dez Bryant. And I was like, I agree with Dez Bryant. No, you're not going to out-talk me. First of all, I'm going to be one of the. So me and Jordan talking about Dez Bryant and how I was like psyched for the Dez Bryant. I'm kind of sad Dez didn't get the good game. We're talking about the Dez said he was personal, it was for revenge. And I think Dez is one of those players that has to get himself in a moment. Somehow, some way, the conversation got to Jordan saying he wasn't a fit. I love Aaron. The fact that we have such a wonderful engineer like Aaron who will come in and talk and listen to our BS. Yeah. All right. And then she's like, you know what? I'm gonna hear the rest tomorrow. So deuces. Yeah. Aaron, we do love you. Guys, if you need an engineer, we say this every week, and we're gonna keep saying this every week. Go find our Instagram, find our page, just type in the search bar followers, go Aaron, EYRYN. All right, and it should pop up. All right, we don't have too many Aaron's little Y's in there. All right, she is dope. She's fun. She's great. Aaron, I hope you're having a better week. But Jordan, back to our thing. So somehow Jordan takes this whole argument because I'm a Dez guy. I'm rooting for Dez. I have a very personal connection with Dez. Dez was like that first round draft pick that I could get behind and believe in 08. So I love Dez. I love the fact that 88. I think Dez is going to be one of the best 88s in history. He's probably the third best one. So Jordan takes this argument about Dez, and he's like, he didn't fit for Dak. Well, Dak, and then okay, Jordan, I understand that. And then we talked about this, and Jordan's like, well, see, that's why Dak betting on himself. And I'm like, oh, God, here we go. And Jordan's Dak rant. So, Jordan, I cede you the floor to rant about Dak. But remember, you got to make a different argument because you've already ranted about Dak on this podcast before. Not on this podcast. On
Technically, I didn't do it on this podcast.
on the Game Break Sports platform.
But if you want to go check out Game Break Sports, go listen to.
I don't know what episode was that. What episode?
Oh man, I can't remember the episode.
3 or 4. I don't know.
It was a blast. But it was whenever Dak's contract didn't get done, so it was in July. So
I think it's named Dak's contract.
Yeah, so that episode. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys, and this is what I was trying to gets you to understand. And so one, I am all for player empowerment and I embrace it because it's just because on the business side, they can drop you like that. So go get as much money as possible, as fast as possible. I hate when players sign long-term deals. Like Patrick Mahomes, it was great for him to sign that 10-year extension for $450 million. He's most likely going to get out of it and get even more on top of that because dude is still balling out. But I wish he signed like a 3 or 4 year deal, fully guaranteed, and then just rolled into another fully guaranteed one for even more money in 3 years. But I mean, you do what you do.
But you know what he does if he wins 2 more MVPs?
He just goes and renegotiates. I know, like this.
I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
I'm never coming back, Kansas City, until you sign me another one.
And the thing.
And you know what's gonna happen? He'll get paid.
Yeah, and I know I still love Patrick Mahomes' contract, but they got him on a steal, which is crazy to think that $45 million a year is a steal. But you have to think of the TV money that's coming in a couple of years that's going to increase the salary cap. So you're talking about players that you think quarterbacks are making a lot now. Remember, NBA contract max extensions for some of these players are starting out at like 190 and stuff. James Harden turned down a $50 million a year extension. That's where we're at in the NBA. TV money for the NFL is going up, which means those contracts are going to go up. Plus, you got to think the guaranteed money, that plays a factor too. So you want more, or you want to try to get more guaranteed money. But I say all that to say this. So with Dak Prescott, the thing we were comparing was Dak Prescott to Des Bryant, and then we kind of jumped into Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. So let me explain a little further. So my thing with reason why I was saying Dak Prescott needs to go out, Dak Prescott has the ownership by the balls is because one, he's in a situation now. He's played his way into a place where one, he knew where he was in 2018. He knew that that he can go out there and ball out and help a team win games. He knew the impact that he had on that locker room, and he knew that he kept the team in games that they shouldn't have been in. He knows that he's more than capable. He knows how the NFL as a whole sees him, not Cowboys fans, because Cowboys fans are idiots. Love you guys though, but he sees that and he plans accordingly. So when he's going out and looking at these extensions, the Cowboys lowballed him with $30 million in 2018, and people are like, "Oh, that's too much. You should pay him. You shouldn't." Or I think it was like 25 in 2008, actually, or 2018, and that was like, "Oh, that's way too low." Or some people thought that was way too high. Dak thought it was way too low, so he bet on himself. Goes out there and plays in 2019, and people are like, "Oh yeah, he shouldn't go out there and make 35. He shouldn't be making $35 million a year." Even after the great season he had last year, because the weapons carry him. That was the argument all last offseason. So that's why he shouldn't have gotten paid. Well, Dak Prescott got hurt this year. Even with the serviceable backup and Andy Dalton, the team looks atrocious. They've won one game since he's been out, and they've gotten blown out in pretty much every game.
What was the record when he got hurt?
2-3, and all I have to say about that is look at the points allowed through those first 4 games. Tell me, like, the only quarterback that's dealing with the points allowed to that significance that's actually winning games is Russell Wilson, and with Russell Wilson, he's been in the league almost 10 years. And I would say that Russell Wilson is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. I think you would agree. So, okay, I can see Russell Wilson winning more games than Dak Prescott, but even Russell Westbrook, what's their record? What, 7? Russell Wilson, sorry.
Some respect on that motherfucker.
Okay, you know who I was talking about. But what's their record? 7-5 now, or 7?
No, they're 8-4.
You sure?
They're 8-3, and they lost last week. They're 8-4, and they're tied with the Rams at the top of the division.
Okay, so they're 8-4.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Forgive me. I'm trying to fact check you, honestly, because I don't believe you. But
I really just 8-4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Jordan, I know I'm right. Laura, you have to fact check me.
I have to fact check you. Okay, you can be wrong. Okay, so but you're talking about so with that same points allowed, but look at this. So their points allowed over the season is 321. Keep in mind, Dallas is 393. so 70, like that's we're 12 games into the season, so we're talking about an extra 7 points a game. That makes a huge difference. Now the points for is a little skewed now because Dak Prescott hadn't played in many games, but since Dak Prescott's been hurt, they've scored over 20 points twice. So yeah, I would say that missing out on Dak Prescott, who's a franchise quarterback, is a big deal. So all the people that saying, "Oh yeah, Dak is only good because of his weapons," is full of shit, because that's not true.
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah, see, I know, right? Yeah.
So guys, really go to the Game Break Sports feed and please go right, because Jordan doesn't cuss a lot. Like, if there's a brother that's gonna cuss a lot, it's definitely gonna be me. Christian doesn't cuss as much. Jordan doesn't. He tried to refrain from cussing a lot. But in that rant he did with Dak in the contract, Jordan dropped F-bombs. He dropped some S words. I'm like, yo.
So I read an article a while back on GameBreakSports.com about Dak Prescott and why he deserves $40 million a year. And at that time, I said, you're going to pay for future contributions, and that is what the market is going for. I said specifically you had guys like Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson at the time, because I didn't know Lamar Jackson was going to go and play like he is right now. But, I mean, you can swap him out for Josh Allen, because Josh Allen is coming out this year and balling. So you have all these guys that are coming up that are going to demand that price because that's what the market dictates. Right. You can't pay backwards. You have to pay forward.
So I will ask you this question.
Okay.
All right. And what situation has a team ever paid in NFL pay for future performance?
Name
a contract. Name a quarterback. Name a quarterback contract.
Easy. Jimmy Garoppolo. Dude, when he signed his contract, he was one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league.
What did Jimmy Garoppolo do?
5 games.
What did he do in those 5 games?
What did he do in those 5 games?
What did he do in those? Answer the question. What did he do in those 5 games?
He played 5 games.
What did he do in those 5 games?
It was a bad rest of the schedule.
What did he do in those 5 games? Actually, he played 8 games. You had to count the 3 for New England too.
Okay, it was New England. Okay,
like but what was his record in 8 games? What was his record in 8 games?
I know he was 8-0.
No, he was 7-1.
Okay, 7-1. Yeah, but still, you don't get paid paid like the top of the market.
But if you think so, if Bill Belichick, there's a reason why that Jimmy Garoppolo gets paid that much money, right? Bill Belichick had already tapped it as the next quarterback of the Patriots. So if Bill, who found Tom Brady, Bill at Tom Brady.
He didn't do anything.
He won 5. He won 5 games with that team that had won 0 games. Like that team in San Francisco before Jimmy G got there was horrid. They lost. I think lost every game of that season so far.
Yeah, they
did. Jimmy came in, and then Jimmy wins 5 games, puts them on that. Okay, this team is looking so much different with Jimmy Garoppolo's quarterback. We're gonna pay him. We're gonna pay him this much money because he's a free agent. He's a free agent,
and you think that he's going to be that good for the next 5 years.
But you're also paying him off the 5 games behind him. If you're only paying him, no, you're paying for the 5 games behind him.
Okay, so that's like in comparison.
Okay, so when the Seahawks played Matt Flynn,
compare it to regular life. That's like me in the first 5 minutes of my interview, wowing them so much that they're like, okay, we'll just go ahead and offer you the job without seeing without doing any other work to actually make sure that I'm qualified for the job.
You're talking about a career scammer of jobs. That happens to me all the time. People they get in the room with me. I wow them. I flash this $1 million smile, and they're like, "Sir, we're gonna pay you this much money." I'm like, "Thank you."
But that's what I'm saying. But so it's like, so they're paying based on future projection. That wasn't that money was not given for 5 games.
Had 1 game where he threw 400 yards.
Yeah, and then he didn't even start the next season.
But how much he get paid?
I don't think it was that much. It was
a lot of money.
It wasn't top of the market.
It was a lot of money. He got replaced by a third round.
I'm talking about top of the market. You said I'm talking about
top of the market. Okay, you know what? Why Patrick Mahomes gets $45 million? Now future projection because he got money because he won the Super Bowl and he won MVP.
No, I agree. See,
right?
I've argued.
And he went to 2 AFC Championship games.
I agree.
But Patrick Mahomes now got paid what he can do for him now. It was cheaper to pay him now than to pay him at the end of his contract. All right.
Yes,
when you go pay somebody like Jared Goff who just went to the Super Bowl, did not win it. All right. You're like, okay, it's best time me to pay him now. Same thing with Matt Ryan. When he goes to Matt Ryan goes to Super Bowl. It's cheap for me. He didn't win the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna pay him all this money right now. The players that Joe Flacco, who was old as crap, and he only went to that Super Bowl and won that game because he had a great defense in 2012. Got paid that year, became the highest paid quarterback in the NFL that year, top of the market, just for winning a Super Bowl, past experience. Not what he's going to do for. Joe Flacco had won a bunch of playoff games before, right? He had never missed the playoffs before he got that big contract. But they were like, okay, no, we're going to prove it. You're going to have to prove it. You're going to win it. You got to win it out. He won a Super Bowl. He got his money. Who else has it? George, there's been plenty. I can find plenty of players that teams have paid off past experience. Now, when it comes to your argument with Dak,
I didn't say I was.
No, you're saying you're paying for future.
Yes,
for future.
TJ, you're paying. No, I didn't say you're paying for future. I said you're paying future projection of the price, not future projection of the not future projection of that. I was saying the issue with the Cowboys. No, you didn't.
You're paying the market. You're paying the market. What is the market for quarterback? What is the market set at for a quarterback of Dak's caliber?
Now it's 42-43.
No, market said it's Deshaun Watson. You can't compare him to Patrick Mahomes.
No, it's not.
It's Deshaun Watson.
It's the next guy gets higher.
Well, I'm saying, what's the market? What's the market?
To argue your point, just pre-show, you said that Dak Prescott's a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson.
I know.
So by that logic, I'm going to pay more.
The market's Deshaun.
By that logic, I'm going to pay him more. CJ, what I'm saying was, what I was saying in my argument, because you're missing what I'm saying. So I'm going to go back and explain it. What I was saying was, no, please listen to me. Please just listen to me. What I was saying was in 2018, when the Cowboys first started negotiating with Dak Prescott, they wanted him to pay right now what the price was for a quarterback for in 2018. And around then, the highest paid quarterback was like 27. So they were like, we'll give you, it was like 27, 28, because that was when Jimmy Garoppolo just got his deal.
It's 2019. It was this year.
No, it was 2018.
They could not negotiate to him his third year's contract. So 2019.
I'm talking about off season of 2018. So going into the 2019, or I get okay, so right after the 2018 season. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So yes,
last year.
Yes, beginning of last year. So like that. 2 seasons ago, if that makes sense.
I agree. I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying there. Okay, you understand part. You understand part. No, you understand. No, for everybody. The market was not there. The market was his contract then was Carson's contract and Jared Goff's contract. That was his market.
But that's what his market was. That's what he should have been getting paid. And when the Rams and the Eagles came to the negotiating table, they offered based off future projections. And it actually came out because at the beginning of 2019, when the Eagles were in negotiation with Carson Wentz for their contract, the reason why they went ahead and paid him as much as they did and they got that deal done is because they were worried that Dak was going to get paid $40 million. Like they were worried that he was going to get $40 million that year. So they were like, we have to get a contract done with Carson. So fun little story there. But here's the thing. So the Cowboys did not want to pay Dak the market at that price. They didn't want to pay him the $30 million or so that he should have been paid. They wanted him to get paid around the 28 to 30, like low ball a year. Dak didn't want to do it, so he bet on himself. We come to the offseason. What was all the news coming out this offseason before the final contract offer that came out?
It was literally a year. It was a year. I know. But I'm on your side when it comes to that. I am on your side when it comes to that.
Okay,
and I'm not saying Dak should not get paid. You're saying that I think Dak should not get paid.
Let me finish. Okay, so going into this year, what was like at the end of the season? Everybody knows the contract offer that the Cowboys are trying to get Dak for was about 33 to 34. That's what they wanted. They didn't want to pay him Russell Wilson. Like that's what it was up until the summer, and that it was going to be similar to what Carson Wentz and Jared Goff got.
Just one extra year.
with a one extra year and a little extra guarantee. But Dak is thinking no, because look at in the offseason he knew that Patrick Mahomes was up for a deal. He knew that Deshaun Watson was up for a deal. He already knew what Russell Wilson was making, but he knew that there was bigger money coming. So he wanted, based on the projection of the future contract dollars, he wanted more money, not future.
And I'm okay. You go with the market. He's waiting for the market. He's waiting for the market. I understand that. I understand that. But my argument is not there. That's where you get confused with my argument. I'm saying when you look at the market, when that contract came out, right? Mm-hmm. When he was in contract negotiations, right? The highest paid quarterback on the market was who?
And when he was which negotiation in 2019?
When they could have signed him for a franchise tag this year.
It was
not Patrick Mahomes. It was not Patrick Mahomes.
It was Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson.
It was Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Rodgers got paid.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then Patrick Mahomes got paid. This is all after the deadline, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? So because remember the story came out. Like Patrick got 45, Dak went to 40, right? Cool. I'm okay with Dak not getting 45. I'm okay with Dak not getting 40, all right? I think he should be high 30s, right? The market dictated he should be high 30s. He was asking for 40, which when you're in that position of power, I'm on America's team. I've done more winning than the guy before me done. Mm-hmm. This team looks better. This team responds to me better. Mm-hmm. I agree with him demanding the market rate, which the market rate was high 30, not 40. Mm-hmm. Going into the next offseason, right? Mm-hmm. The market is now 40 and above, right?
Yeah.
4 for 160 was Deshaun Watson. Once again, Patrick Mahomes, outlier, does not count, right?
Yeah, we don't factor in Patrick
Mahomes. If Lamar wins a Super Bowl and gets a $40+ million, does not count. He can't be in those circles with Lamar and them. You know what the difference between him and Lamar and him and Patrick is? If let's say Lamar wins Super Bowl and gets 40, that's what I'm saying. Lamar gets Super Bowl, gets 40, right? Lamar wins Super Bowl, gets 40. He has a Super Bowl trophy and an MVP. Mm-hmm. Same as Patrick Mahomes. Deshaun is his barrier. That's a lot of things with Matt. This is not like the his agent can't treat this like a Matthew Stafford, not Matthew Stafford, a Matt Ryan, a Carson Wentz, and those deals are formalities for first round picks, right? Like, so if you have a first round pick that's been to the playoffs, if you have a first round pick that's been to a Super Bowl, those are formalities. You're going to get this money right here. I'm going to make you the highest paid quarterback. You're going to get leapfrog in a year. So free projections does not matter. You're going to get leapfrog. There's always going to be highest paid quarterback for a day, for a month, for a year, right? And then somebody's going to hype you, all right? So that's what my thing is. I think the deal should be done. But, and honestly, like, I'm telling people that are Cowboys fans, right? And the only reason we're talking about this is because we talked about a bunch of different other things that got us here. We're trying not to be Cowboy centric on this podcast as much anymore. But like the reason we got here is because what was I about to say? I lost my thought. Dang it, you're not supposed to do this on a podcast live. But whatever. Dak when Dak here it goes. Cowboys fan, I'm telling Cowboys fans, I'm telling NFL fans. First of all, Dak's not gonna be a free agent this year. So people like Mike, who I hope Mike's listening. Your quarterback is starting to look really, really old. Really, really old. I'm saying Phillip Rivers looking like Father Time, getting on those shoulders a little bit. But people who think he's gonna be free agent, he's not. All right. He's and a Cowboys fan who think, he may sign like you, that he may sign a contract this year. He's gonna get paid. They have to pay him this year. Jerry Jones don't have to do shit. All right.
Yes, he does.
He could put another franchise tag on and buy the length. This is what we got here. This is how we got here. Me and Jordan were discussing the comments from Jerry Jones. The comments that he said on 153 The Fan alone the other day means that he's not really ready to throw that bag at him. He still he's on our terms. We're gonna make him earn this $40 million paycheck. So if they offer him something closer to Sean, right? If they offer him like, hey, we're gonna pay you 4 years, 175, 130, 140 guaranteed. Was it? Sean got 130 guaranteed, right?
No, he got like 115. Something like
all right, but I'm saying 130. It was it. We get, hey, we're gonna give you 4 years, 175, 130 guaranteed. Would you take that deal?
Yeah. This is like a whole lot of money. What are you talking about?
All right, 5 years at 220, do math in my head real quick, math. Right. At 210 with 150 guaranteed.
5 at 210 with 150 guaranteed.
That puts you at a little bit over 40 a year.
I mean, both put you at over 40 a year.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. I mean,
I would do 4 for 175.
That's what Dak wants to do. But Jerry's want to do a 5-year contract.
See, your math is a little bit off. So I think the argument would be, would you want to take 4 for 160 at like 120 guaranteed, or the 210 for 5 and do that because it's a little bit more money and you get a higher guarantee. And that's what they actually talked about today with Stephen Jones on 105 through the Fan. And so here's the thing. So both sides are motivated to do a long-term deal this year. And the reason being is, one, the Cowboys, they can't let that get to free agency unless they are for sure right now, in which I would have no idea why they think they would be anywhere near okay unless they could get Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence in the draft.
Which right now we're looking like we're not going to be in place.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. So,
no,
probably not. The Jaguars are still 1-10. They're 1-10 or 1-11. I don't see them win another game. They're going out with Mike Glennon again.
Let's do a side. Okay, I'm tired of talking about that. All right,
hold on. I got
finish your point.
Let me finish the point. So both sides are motivated because if I'm Dak, I'm also looking at it like I just got hurt this year. If my leg's not okay, if there's really if I come out and I don't play nearly as well and I'm on a franchise tag next year, I could lose a lot of money. So both sides are going to be motivated to get a deal done. I think the Cowboys really want to sign him. So and I think that they were on the cusp of getting the deal done last year. The market has went up, and I think they both acknowledge that, and they're going to play that. And so I think it's going to come down to the 5 or the 4. I think Dak goes ahead and signs for the 5, and I think it will be similar to a 5-year, $200 million. 5-year 210, I think 210 is going to be where it is, with about 140, 150 guaranteed. I know it sounds like a lot, but Deshaun Watson got 4 for 160 as his extension. So that's $40 million a year. You're talking about 5 for 1 or 210, that's about $42 million a year. So it's not that much more. I think that's where the market's going to place it, and I think he'll be fine. And I think both sides come to a deal there, because you don't want Dak to get to free agency next year. Because if I'm Dak at the end of the season, that's what I mean. I'm not talking about after next season. So, because if you're looking at the Cowboys, if Dak has a great season next year, let's say you make it to the playoffs, maybe even an NFC Championship or a Super Bowl, and you go into the summer, you go into the free agency, Dak's not signing a contract before he gets to free agency. No motivation. You're not and so it's either you're going to franchise tag him for $50 million and get a deal done that way, or you're just gonna compete with every other NFL team that's gonna offer him the house at all guaranteed money. And you're talking 50 million.
This is the last thing I'll say on Dak. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fully expecting that whenever you can start March next year, or first day of the league football year next year, Dak will be franchised at, because it is not a bad thing. It is literally a process. It is literally process. It is protocol.
Yeah.
Franchise. We're going to send a franchise. We have 2 months to work out. We're going to work out this in the next 2 months.
Yeah. Same thing happened to DeMarcus Lawrence. So
I think that they're going to end up signing Dak this offseason. I think Dak's going to take some money away, because I think at the end of the day he's going to be able to work himself out. He's going to be able to say, okay, I can work it out. But like you said, the reason I get this point, that Dak's got Jerry by the balls. All right. Jerry is a little bit by the balls because Jerry is 80-something years old, or almost 80. Right. Jerry wants one more bowl before he goes on to glory. Right. So Jerry, I think Jerry is out there with his wallet like, Dakota, what you want? I write it right now. Steven's like, hey, calm down there, Papa. Go down. Look, this team about to be mine in a couple years, all right? Look, you may make it to 90, you may make it to 98, but look, you ain't gonna fuck up shit for me, all right?
Yeah.
So I think it's literally gonna come down to Stephen, Will McClay, and Jerry and them, right? So, and if you look at it from that way, this is where I'm looking at it. That Stephen, who has been making decisions, and Will McClay has been making decisions for the team the last 5 years, and the trajectory of the team, they are very risk averse. Not saying Dak is a risk, but for them, Stephen says, hey, we have all the power in the situation. The reason they have all the power is they don't mind if Dak goes, hey, go out there and win the Super Bowl. We'll pay you whatever you want. All right. And literally, Dak go out there and win the Super Bowl, win MVP, they literally will pay him. If he gets to a Super Bowl, if he gets to an NFC Championship game, the Cowboys will, and it's been shown in this organization, we will pay you, because they make so much money off of that national relevance. That the motherfucker win a Super Bowl, he may make $50 million a year. All right. They may just, hey, you won the first Super Bowl in 20 some odd years here in Dallas. You're going to be a legend here. We're going to pay you this money right here. Right. So what I'm saying is, like, I feel as the Cowboys have all the motivation, right? I mean, I have all the leverage. You feel that's that argument. I think there's gonna be a deal next year. It should be happy. Dak's player, but when I saw Jerry's tone in that conversation the other day, and I read the article, Jerry was throwing out, that's a negotiation. Jerry's a master negotiator, right? There's not a negotiation. Jerry has not won. All right, and it ain't gonna start with Dak. All right, all right. But Jordan, I got a question for you. We're gonna spend the last 10 minutes talking about something other than the Cowboys.
Okay.
Hey guys, look, for the people who say we talk about Cowboys, we only spent 20 minutes on the Cowboys today. We tried.
30.
30 minutes on the Cowboys. We have not talked about the Cowboys a lot.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the Cowboys in like 2 months.
We refuse,
If they start winning, I'm talking Cowboys every week.
No, okay. So, all right, Jordan, do you think the Jets, you think Greg Williams did that on purpose?
That's the only thing that makes sense.
I feel like that game was thrown.
I honestly think it was.
If you've seen Greg Williams play, if you go look at some of his other situations like this, he has done that a lot. He's done it on multiple occasions.
Like, the logic of it, I could have called a defensive play out there. Like, it's just simple prevent.
Just go prevent. Have 4 guys on the
thing. Nothing to 13 seconds with
rush
0 timeout. Like, you can let the guy catch it like 10 yards down the field. You did not need to rush him in the pocket.
When I saw that was definitely a tanking for Tua. I mean, tanking for Trevor.
But we're in a situation right now where so many teams in the NFL are needing quarterbacks. Like, I mean, you look at like quarterback play this year has actually been atrocious. Like, we're going to be completely honest. I mean, you look at some of the teams, not even in the top 5 that are drafting, because you have like the teams like the Jets and the Jaguars, but look at the Bears this year and that nightmare. Look at Tampa Bay right now.
You look at a team like Detroit.
In Detroit, you look at because they may be moving on from Matt Stafford. You look at the Falcons; they may be moving on from Matt Ryan. Carolina might be moving on from Teddy Bridgewater. Eagles.
I don't think so. I think a lot of these teams at first-year quarterbacks and first-year coaches, they're gonna be more straight and bring another guy. I think they may bring in a second or third round guy. Carolina will. I'm really leaning toward the second, third round guy. I don't think I'll bring a Zach Wilson or somebody in. They'll bring in somebody to push Teddy, all right? Because Teddy has been decent, but Teddy's missing Christian McCaffrey this year. He really doesn't have that outside threat as a receiver. And Teddy has looked really good some weeks, and he hasn't looked bad yet. He hasn't looked horrible yet. But Teddy got hurt. So I think you're bringing somebody like a second, third round guy. But this is my thing. If you're the Jets, are you necessarily drafting Trevor Lawrence at number 1?
Yes. And I love Justin Fields, but I've spent a lot of time actually this year.
I'm not saying even drafting Justin Fields.
So here's my thing. So I've spent a lot of time looking. Okay, so here's my scenario. Okay, so I guess, and I'm looking at it from a standpoint of I can't believe I'm saying this, but the only issue I have here is there's no real other like position that's just really dominant that you want to go after this year.
There's 4 quarterbacks. All right. There's 4 quarterbacks. There's 4 first. At the end, by the time draft season gets, there'll be 6 first-round quarterbacks.
No, I get that, but I'm saying outside of quarterback this year, what other position would you draft top 10?
So listen,
because you're not trading out of the top 10. Like, I wouldn't do that.
Listen to me on this one, all right?
Okay.
I think if I was the Jets and I was Jets GM, the guy I'm eyeing this offseason, I'm looking at a Eric Bieniemy. I'm looking at an offensive-minded coach that has a great feel for the game. If I bring in a defensive-minded coach, I'm bringing in Anthony Lynn as my offensive coordinator because Anthony Lynn is going to get fired. Anthony Lynn is an offensive genius. All right, his failure in San Diego, in LA, has been his game management. All right, I'm trying to salvage the Sam Darnold experience because I feel like Aaron Gase was a problem with Sam Darnold. All right, I'm trying to salvage that experience. So if I could trade out of 1 and go to like 3, 4, 5, right? Build a bounty of picks. So even if like Sam Darnold is not it, because you got 1 more year left of Sam Darnold where you don't have to pay him. 1 more year. You can take the option this year. And I'm taking the option this year. I'm taking the option, take the trade $20 million. It's the same amount of money you're gonna pay your first round pick, no matter what. All right. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this $20 million hit this year. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, boom. I've amassed more picks in the first round next year. Because if he sucked this year and he sucks next year, you're going to be in the same spot next year. And it may not be as strong of a draft class coming in, but like, okay, so when the draft quarterbacks come in, I am a Trevor Lawrence believer. Everybody knows that. Justin Fields, I'm like 60% on, all right? I'm just not. I mean, I've seen quarterbacks, like, if you got somebody who's going to be creative with him, like Greg Roman or Cliff Kingsbury, like they were Kyler and then Lamar. But if he goes somewhere they're going to try to make him a pocket passer or just run him all the time, I think you're going to ruin him.
Yeah.
Lions, the kid out of South Dakota State, love the kid, right? But he also was a Division II kid and last Division II kid from the same college that came into the league. We are having problems with over in Philadelphia, right? And then there's the Zach Wilson kid, who I'm not a believer in him. He's one of those. I can't
horribly against Coastal Carolina.
Okay, so if people don't know who Zach Wilson is, he got famous last year because his mom is a they called her the hot mom in the stands. All right, they were able to fell in love with the stands, and everybody started watching Zach Wilson game. He's a good guy who throws a good ball, right? But he also just not. He doesn't do it for me. And then after that, it gets kind of thin at quarterback. You may have a Kyle Trask come out You may have a.
I like Kyle Trask.
I do too.
Yeah.
Who's the quarterback at Georgia?
No, I don't like him. JT Daniels starting. I honestly don't know. Georgia is like there's
a couple of quarterbacks in the area.
Matt Jones. He may. I don't know how much of a NFL project he might be with Alabama. He's playing extremely well this year, but it could just be a system. But here's my thing, really quick, because I do want to talk about Carson Wentz for a second. But with the quarterbacks this year, I get what you're saying, and I considered it if I was just GM. But
the only thing you can get for sure.
But yeah, I do agree. I understand that, but there's not another option. So that's why I said I would compare it to the Browns. So in 2017, the Browns had the option. Remember, people were talking about take a quarterback in 2017. Chance to get like Deshaun Watson was the big name out of that draft. People like Josh Allen, all stuff.
Was it the Myles Garrett year?
Or not Josh Allen? Who was the other guy? Daniel Jones, that was the guy that they liked. People like, was that 2018? Dude, I'm like bouncing around years. Shoot, I don't know. Whatever year that was, whatever year it was, but that whoever was in that. Oh no, Mitchell Trubisky, that's the guy. Like people really like Mitchell Trubisky out there. And of course, yeah. So
was that year?
Yeah. So
that was Myles Garrett year.
No, so Myles Garrett year, they were like, hey, you don't have a quarterback, you should get a quarterback here. Remember, they had multiple first round picks, and
but but for that case, Myles Garrett was the best player on the board.
But that's what I'm saying.
There's no best player on the board.
Exactly. That's the case. There's no other, like there's not even a in the top 10 is quarterback, and then there's quarterbacks. Jordan. Then you have Sewell, and then there's a significant gap between every other prospect in top 10.
Please, them motherfuckers. All right. That's what I'm on.
Okay.
If I'm the Jets, if I'm the Jets GM, because the Jets will have a new GM for the draft, I'm a new head coach. If I'm them, I'm like, I can trade. If I can trade one, if I go from 1 to 3, right, get 3 first round picks.
Okay. Who was the traded with the Rams in 2016 to get for the Rams to trade up to get Jared Goff?
Browns.
It was the Browns. Okay. Yeah, and
was the Browns 1?
Yeah, because they traded back to 4 and that's when they picked up the cornerback.
No, cornerback same year as
no, sorry, dude, I'm like bouncing all over.
I got you. I know what you're talking about. But so it was 1, 2. Browns were either 1 or 2. Eagles traded up. I can't remember. My brain. I wasn't
prepared. But really quick, I wanted to talk about Carson Wentz. So Carson Wentz got benched, and I think it's freaking hilarious because people have compared him to Dak Prescott for so long. And it's
like it's Dak Prescott ran.
Yeah, significant difference. But the thing with Carson Wentz, I honestly do not think he's a bad quarterback. Like I don't think that I think Dak Prescott's better, mostly because Dak Prescott is a better leader of his team. I think, and I'm not knocking Carson Wentz. Like I actually do like Carson Wentz. If y'all know me, I was a huge Carson Wentz fan coming out. I really wanted the Cowboys to trade up to get him because I thought that he had a lot of talent and could come in here and be where he will. But he's had an injury history, and I think that he gets in his head a lot. And I think that that's what's happened in Philly. I think he just needs to change the scenery. So I think he's going to get traded this offseason. I think the spot is Indianapolis. That makes the most sense. I'm excited to see what Jalen Hurts can do because I like that kid. I think that he has a very positive attitude, but I don't really know how his game's going to translate to the NFL. I know he did all right last week, but I mean, I'm not going to have my high hopes for
Zach Wilson be next quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles.
I can see that.
Wilson or Lions is going to be like they're going to have a new quarterback next year. I think they're going to just go ahead and do the change. I mean, I've never been a Carson guy. Probably never going to be a Carson guy. It's just it's nothing against him. I just wasn't one of those people that was enamored by him. I'm not enamored by quarterbacks who I've not seen play against big competition.
Sorry, I just looked it up. So it was the Titans that traded from the Rams. Yeah, and the Titans got a haul back. But I will say this: the Titans didn't do a whole lot with the picks that they got back from the Rams. So I wouldn't really.
Well, not a lot of teams do. I mean, if you look at when RG3 was traded from the Rams to them, it took a lot for the Rams to get. It's a lot. So I'm not saying, but you know who did do something with their picks they traded away? Cleveland Browns when they traded away for Carson Wentz. Cleveland Browns had the Carson Wentz pick.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They, along with losing, all right, were able to get Myles Garrett. We're also able to get Denzel Ward, who's one of the best corners in the league this year.
They got Denzel Ward from the Eagles pick. They didn't get Carson Wentz from the Eagles pick.
They traded the pick for Carson Wentz. Denzel Ward was in the same draft as Baker Mayfield. Or Myles Garrett, one of those two.
Myles Garrett. Yeah, so they dropped Myles Garrett with their pick, and then they got Denzel Ward with theirs. Denzel Ward isn't like, I mean, he's okay.
He's been a really good corner this last 2 seasons.
Yeah. Okay, I guess.
So what I'm saying, you were able to get, but you got to look at those second, third round picks they got. They I think the third round pick they had this year when they took Donovan Peoples-Jones was a pick they've traded around. So like I didn't like the way they tanked it and got there, but their moves of trading down, trading over, trying to get as many people. Because like the thing in the league is you have to get a bunch of people in there when you're that bad. You're like, we need bodies, all right? Mm-hmm. The Jets are a team. They trade away a lot of people, but they still have Quentin Williams on the line. They still have a good linebacking core. They need some cornerback help. So there's some things they can get in the mid-first round, a lot of second-round picks, and over the next 2 years. You can't look at this as just being this year's draft. We're not just trading this year's pick. We want your pick this year. We want picks next year and the year after.
Yeah, but my only thing with that is that if Trevor Lawrence lives up to the hype, which I feel like he will, then he's worth all those players that you would get back.
Who is the last quarterback rated as high as Trevor Lawrence?
Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
and Andrew Luck did meet like in the second year they went deep into the
first year he went to playoffs.
Yeah, so he was worth it.
No,
and at that time, remember the Colts needed a lot of help because remember Peyton Manning was running for his life in that backfield because they didn't have an offensive line.
Well, they drafted the line. They drafted, but they also had they had a second first round pick that year too. But like what I would say with this is, if I'm the Jets, I have a first round pick. I have a top 3 pick, and Sam Darnold, who I think going to perform. And I think it's because I personally think Sam Darnold. Like, I'm a Sam Darnold defender. I know we're over again, Aaron. I'm sorry about that. But I'm a Sam Darnold defender. I think it's more of a fact that Sam Darnold didn't have the things around him, and then this year they stripped his whole receiving core down. Like, do you know he's throwing to this year?
Like
nobody. James Crowder's leading receiver out there. He has Frank Gore in the backfield. Yeah, they went and got Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, they paid Le'Veon Bell a lot of money. They should have paid Le'Veon Bell a lot of money. You can go find Le'Veon Bells in the draft. There was multiples. You have McFarland over in Pittsburgh. You had Tony Pollard that's in Dallas. You have plenty of other running backs that have came in and be able to do the same things that they may not be in Le'Veon Bond-esque, but they Le'Veon Bell lights. All right. You need to invest in this offensive line. So I'm saying trade back, get these picks, and not think about quarterback. And if it fails, you have a bunch of people in your roster already that are going to be offensive linemen, people that you need around your team on rookie deals, on rookie contract, tradable assets, right? Or if it does work and you have 3 first-round picks that you can trade away to go get somebody else, like, oh, we need to give him a number 1 receiver. We need to go get Odell Beckham Jr., right? I'm just saying Odell because Odell's contract may be a way you trade. Let's go get Odell, bring him back to New York, move him Jets. We can trade a first-round pick to Cleveland for this. So that's what I'm saying. You kind of mass the picks. If you have a good talent right there, which we think Sam Darnold is, I mean, he was really highly rated. He wasn't highly rated as Trevor Lawrence. So I'm just not. I mean, I especially ain't doing it for Justin Field. If somebody else want to draft Justin Field, take my ticket, bro. Give me that pick. What do you want? Give me 2 first-round picks. You pick. Yeah, I take it.
But here's the last thing you can send us home. Look back in 2019 draft with Kyler Murray. You just had a quarterback there in Josh Rosen who was in a horrible situation. You had a new coach that was coming in there who can go in and change and probably bring in a high-powered offense that was going to help out the quarterback. You looked at what you had, and you had a quarterback that you didn't want to pass up on. Trevor Lawrence is a significant upgrade from Kyler Murray, and I love Kyler Murray, but Trevor Lawrence is a better pure talent, I believe. Kyler Murray still has some stuff to work through, but he's still a great player, and I think he'll have a great career. So you look at that, and you just say you can't pass up on that. It's going to take you some time to build the team around him, but look at Arizona now, just 2 years removed.
Last thing I'll say is, coach preferred a quarterback of Kyler Murray's attribute and a quarterback of Josh Rosen's attribute.
And the same thing might happen in here this year.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, but Rosen was a pocket passer. He really didn't do anything else, right? He was just cerebral, right? Darnold can move. Darnold can roll out. You can run a lot. You can run rollouts with him. You can make him mobile, right? He's not a statue. No. Rosen was a modern day almost statue type of quarterback. All right, but guys, thank you guys once again for joining our show. We love these live. Make sure to like us, review us, listen to the live show. If you don't listen to the live show, listen to the podcast that comes out so eloquently early because our wonderful producer Aaron Bird, like I said, if you need podcasts, you sound right like we do, go to Aaron. She take care of you. As always, our music is done by Oni Music. Guys, stay safe out there. Wear your damn mask. All right, respect people. Jordan, are you ready? Do the thing.